Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2017, the Unemployment Challenge, and I feel I've had a good first half of the season, honestly. We've gone from July all the way down to December, and we're now looking rather promising for ourselves. And honestly, I feel like I've done a good job here. I'm hoping that in the future we can potentially, look like we can do some damage. But anyway, let me show you what has happened in the first half of the season for the calendar year of 2021. Our first significant game of the season was the first ever competitive game of the season, the Champions League third round qualifier against Rosenborg, and we managed to win 3-1, though probably due to the fact that they had a red card due to one of their players getting sent off due to 2 yellow cards. But we took a full advantage, Quintongo getting the opening goal and Bresnik getting 2 goals himself. Even though they got a goal a minute after Bresnik made it 2-0 for us, we managed to hold on and get a 3-1 lead, a good lead to go into the second leg with. In the second leg of the Champions League qualifier, we managed to hold out for 1-1 draw. They took the lead 9 minutes into the game, but we managed to get an equaliser just 7 minutes later to ensure we managed to get through to the Champions League playoff round. A significant game for me was because of the fact we managed to beat Dundee United 5-0, and I was starting to think we weren't going to do much in the league in terms of goals until this performance came through. We only had 2% more of possession than they did, but we managed to make such a big deal out of this result that 4 goals for Bresnik, making it 5-0 in the first half after Mario Suarez, this guy, got sent off, was a big deal. So, 5-0 win, a good result. I couldn't have been happy about it. Our next Champions League game was the Champions League playoff leg against the Cypriot side, the Cypriot champions actually, and we managed to beat them 4-2. Even though they managed to take the lead once, we got 3 goals, Bresnik's hat-trick making it 3-1, they got a goal back, but we managed to make it 4-2 to ensure we had a very good lead to go into the second leg. The 2 goals did concern me a little bit. And quite frankly, the 2 goals made me even more concerned when they managed to take the lead inside the 33rd minute of the game. We held on for the win to win 4-3, but we didn't do ourselves justice at all. And even though we got to the Champions League group stage, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And this is our first ever game in the Champions League, and we found ourselves losing 3-2 to the Zenit Petersburg despite the fact we took the lead. And they equalised 4 minutes after we scored in the 33rd minute to make it 1-1. They got a goal 9 minutes in the second half. We managed to get an equaliser just 8 minutes later, but they managed to get a winner with 11 minutes to go to ensure we would be defeated in our first ever Champions League match. A bit disappointing really, but we actually made him work for it and we took the lead ourselves, so potentially a sign of things to come. Hopefully. However, before that game, we found ourselves losing away from home against Rangers in a game that I will look back at a bit, I look back at that game and I think we could have done better here. We did lose, we didn't have as many shots, and they outplayed us on the day. Disappointing, really. I'll show you why it's important later on. We did get payback on them later, same ground, later in the season. We destroyed them in the Scottish League Cup quarter-final, 2-0. We felt like we were the best team in the world there. Our next game of great significance was the Scottish League Cup semi-final against Celtic, the side that beat us in the Scottish League Cup final last season. We made them pay, quite frankly, for not taking full advantage of the fact that they probably were the better team at the time. We held on, their 19-year-old Japanese midfielder got sent off, and we took them to penalties. They missed every single penalty. We scored all of our penalties, and we made them feel like chumps. Hooray! A good win and payback for last season. Our next game for me that made me feel confident in the future was our defeat to Benfica. Now, why would that make me feel confident? Well, we only lost, in my personal opinion, because Joe Allenton got sent off thanks to 2 yellow cards in 3 minutes. That is my personal opinion, the only reason we didn't pick up at least a point against Benfica. So Zenit Petersburg and Benfica in the group. Who do you think is in the group with us and those 2 other teams? Another significant game for me. A game against Zenit Petersburg in the Champions League, and we took a 1-1 draw against them. We took the lead in the 40th minute thanks to Marcus Rojo scoring an own goal, though Tyler Garrett got sent off due to a second yellow card with 32 minutes to go, ensuring we had to work our asses off to get anything out of this. They got an equaliser with 17 minutes to go, but we didn't let them score again. We got a point in the Champions League, and quite frankly, the fact we got a point is huge. It gives me confidence that we can do a good job in the future, and then you think of the fact we took 61% possession, and we still managed to do something. I'm happy. It's a good chance, and we could have won the game as well. Next game after that match was actually a Scottish League Cup final. Yes, a Scottish League Cup final. Not the Scottish League Cup final, just one of them. And we managed to win 3-0. First off, we didn't really do much. I felt like we were a bit slow. I told my players, look, you can do better than this. Score some goals, for God's sake. And he scored 3 goals in 20 minutes in the beginning of the second half. So, yes, I think we can at least take some credit in the fact that we have gone ahead and won the Scottish League Cup final. The trophy that eluded us last year because Celtic beat us in this final last season, we made up for our disappointment last season. So yes, a good time. The next game of significant note for me is the last game in the Champions League, and it's away to Man City. So Man City, Benfica and Zenit St. Petersburg, we never truly stood a chance, quite frankly. But while we lost 1-0 and we didn't play well on the day, I think the fact we just limited the 1 goal is good. Though our striker, Bresnik, and our 2 fullbacks, Boskakli and Gillespie, weren't brilliant on the day, I feel we could at least say we made them work for just the 1 goal, let alone having a chance to get 2. Either way, it's a good performance in my personal opinion. Even if we didn't have many shots, I think we did better than expected, quite frankly, that we only lost 1-0 away from home. Here's a game I missed out earlier. We managed to beat Celtic 1-0 at Celtic Park. Literally 3 days after we beat them in the Scottish League Cup semi-final. So yes, we got a win here. And we managed to make them pay. 2 games against them, 2 wins. It's great stuff, isn't it? And last game of the calendar year, we went and hosted Celtic. We got 2 goals in 6 minutes, 2-0 up. They got a goal back, 2-1. And then 10 minutes ago in the first half, they managed to get an equaliser. But we managed to hold on, and we managed to get a winner. 7 minutes into the second half to win 3-2 against Celtic. 3 times we played against Celtic this season. 3 times we've beaten them. I'm starting to think that we might be the better team in this division here. And that if we didn't drop points elsewhere, we could be doing quite well for ourselves. Here is the Champions League group stage for you. We finished bottom of our group. Understandably, we were never really expected to do much, but we got a point against Zenit, and we almost got a point against Man City, Benfica, and a win against Zenit actually. So I feel like we did ourselves just in this group, even if we didn't have the best results. A bit of a significant for me though, Real Madrid knocked up by Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain. Big for me, even though Paris Saint-Germain are the champions, because Paris Saint-Germain beat Dortmund 4-0 away from home and 7-0 at home. They scored 11 goals against Borussia Dortmund, and Paris Saint-Germain looked really good. Napoli were knocked out by Ajax and Atletico Madrid. Dinamo were always expected to go out there. Monaco and Arsenal were through in the Group D. Inter and Sporting Lisbon were through in Group E. Shakhtar Donetsk and Anderlecht knocked out Barcelona and Roma. Roma lost every game but 1, and that was a game they won against Barcelona, which pretty much ensured that Barcelona would be out because they could only draw 4 times in the entire competition, and they only got 1 win, and that was against Roma. So Roma and Barcelona took each other's out. Good God. Lyon were knocked out by Sevilla and Manchester United, and Celtic almost knocked out Tottenham in the Champions League. They beat them once, and Bayern Munich won 2 games against both Celtic and Tottenham. They lost their only game against Basel, who only got their only points against Bayern Munich. Good God, this season's weird. So here is the league table right now. Admittedly, the form to the far right is a bit inaccurate, I feel. We've beaten Celtic twice this season. We've only lost to Rangers this season. Celtic have only dropped 8 points this season in 21 matches. We've dropped just 11. This table is looking tight at the top 2, even if Rangers and Hibernia are in a league of their own. Really, there's almost 4 different leagues at the moment. Celtic and Hearts fighting for the title. Rangers and Hibernia fighting for 3rd place. Dundee, Hamilton and Inverness trying to avoid relegation. And they got Wraith, St Johnstone, Aberdeen, Partick Thistle and Falkirk trying to finish in the top half as the best of the rest outside the top 4. Weird season, but I feel we can win the title again. And we got just 17 games plus the Scottish Cup run to go through. I feel we can get a domestic treble. What do you think? Is it possible, or am I getting ahead of myself? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, I'm actually going to end this video here. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to my channel. It really does help me a lot, and you're more than welcome to come back, even if you have a complaint or two. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.